Depending on your answers in the initial travel screening questionnaire, you may need to fill out some additional information to help ensure your family gets the services they need at your new location. In MyVector, you will see a notification for Family Member Travel Screening Required. Click to open and start the process. You will first need to accept the Purpose and Disclosure Agreement, acknowledging that the information you provide will be used to identify dependents with potential travel concerns and coordinate the availability of services at your next location. Next, you will need to enter your current contact information, and then enter basic information about your spouse and dependents. If PCSing CONUS, you only need to enter the information for your dependents enrolled in EFMP. If PCSing or traveling OCONUS, you will need to enter information for all dependents. You will enter identifying information about your spouse, but any dependent over the age of 18 will need to fill out the rest of the screener for themselves. If you want to fill out information for a dependent over the age of 18, including your spouse, you will need to have power of attorney and upload a copy to verify this authorization. If you'd like your spouse to fill out dependent info, mark that here. They will then complete the screening questions in DAF Family Vector. For OCONUS assignments, you will then need to enter information about each of your dependents, regardless of whether they are traveling with you or not. For CONUS assignments, you will need to enter information only for the dependents that are enrolled in EFMP, or the dependent that the previous yes answers apply to. The system will sort your dependents. The information for dependents under the age of 18, or for whom you have uploaded a power of attorney document, will need to be completed by you or your spouse. Dependents over the age of 18 will need to complete their own portion of the application. Enter their email address here, and they will be sent a link to complete the form. Let's look at the information needed for dependents under the age of 18. You are required to complete all sections in order to finish the application. You will complete a separate version of this application for each dependent. Answer honestly on all questions. These screeners are used to ensure your family has access to the services they need. If you are unsure about any question, use the Help button. After entering your dependent details, move on to the Prescribed Medications section. Here you will enter all medications that have been prescribed for that dependent in the past 12 months, even if they are not currently being used. Prescribed birth control and drugs that were purchased over the counter without ever being prescribed should not be included. Your Losing FMTS medical screener will review this medication list to flag any that are a travel concern. You will then enter information about medical needs. Answer yes or no for each question. If you answer yes to any question, enter additional information explaining that medical need in the supporting information box that appears. The final section covers the dependent's educational needs. If you answer yes to either of these questions, or if you have an OCONUS assignment and any school-age dependents, you will be prompted to complete DD Form 2792-1. You will need to download the form and have your child's school or EIS representative complete it. Once completed, log back into the application and upload the file. If you have an IEP or IFSP, you will also need to provide a copy to your Losing SNC for them to include in your electronic records. You may also upload a copy with your FMTS application in the Supporting Documents section. The next step is to complete the Dental Health Summary, AF 1466-D. You will need to download the form, provide to your dentist, and then upload once completed. You then need to complete the Authorization for Disclosures of Medical or Dental Information, DD 2870, for each facility where medical or dental treatment has been received and where applicable to determine your family member's clearance for travel. Enter the name of the facility, dates of treatment, type of treatment, and information to be released. Put the authorization start date as the date you are completing the form. You will use your mouse or finger on a mobile device to sign the form. If at any point Air Force representatives, including SNCs, and the AFPC/EFMP Central Cell, need to speak with the service member regarding spousal or adult dependents' medical care, they will also need to complete the DD 2870, listing the member as authorized for disclosure. The member and their adult dependents can speed up their clearance process by reaching out directly to these medical and dental treatment facilities and collecting records themselves. In the final section, Supporting Information, you will enter any additional information you think would be helpful in smoothing the clearance process and making sure your dependents get the care they need. For instance, if you have previously been assigned to this location and established care, enter that here. Or, if you have called ahead and found providers already, or you have a very specific need, or a plan for finding care, let us know by entering that information here. That is all the information needed for dependents under the age of 18. Dependents over the age of 18 will fill out the same form, but on DAF Family Vector. After you submit your dependent's email address, they will receive an email with a registration link to complete the form, and you will be given a registration passcode in MyVector. Your dependent must enter that passcode as part of their Family Vector registration within 72 hours. They may then log in to complete their application based on the steps previously reviewed. If you have authorized your spouse to complete the screener for dependents under the age of 18, they will complete those questions in DAF Family Vector as well. When all the applications have been filled out, the service member must log into MyVector to sign and submit. The member should not hit submit until all applications have been submitted in both MyVector and Family Vector. All the forms will then go to your local SNC, who will pull all your dependents' private and military health records and verify the information is correct. Your MyVector members dashboard will show you where your case is in the process. If you notice your case has been stuck with your SNC for a bit, reach out and ask if you can assist. You'll want to check in periodically to make sure the process is moving forward and your SNC has submitted to the EFMP Central Cell. The member and dependents over the age of 18 should also check their email regularly to make sure they don't miss any communication from their SNC. Once your application has been submitted by your SNC to the EFMP Central Cell, you can expect to wait 40 to 70 days to complete the clearance process, depending on the complexity of your case. You can monitor your application status in MyVector. Once a determination is made, you will receive an email. This completes the family member travel screening process. If you have questions as you fill out these forms, contact your local special needs coordinator.